Hi everyone, today I would like to explain to you the 360 cycle with an analogy. The analogy of a travel, like a travel when you want to go for holidays and you want to enjoy it. Why this analogy? Because the 6 phases of the 360 cycle are the same you need to do a trip and to go on holidays. First, when you go on holidays, you have to analyze and assess the status of your organization, of yourself, and by organization I mean the car you need to go to your trip, what is your condition in that moment to go for that trip, and also what are the environmental scenarios that you may have when you go for your trip. This could be the analysis phase, the first phase. But secondly, once you have a purpose and an objective, for instance, to enjoy of your holidays, then you could take different routes and different destinies to fulfill this purpose and to reach these goals. So these different routes are the ones that we analyze in a second phase. For instance, when you go on holidays, you decide between different destinations, you compare them, you also take different routes and compare them, and maybe you choose one route when there is a snow, then you choose another route when there is a rainy day or cloudy day, or whatever the scenario, you decide what you would do in that situation. This is exactly what we do in our 360 cycle in the second phase. Then, when you already know your destiny, you know already the different routes, and you know what is your condition and the conditions of the external environment, then you can define a strategy that is normally dynamic. You have a plan, but this strategy may change if the weather changes or if your conditions, for instance, is changing. For instance, if you know that you have an illness, you may choose a direction and a route that is closer to hospitals, or if you know there is a snow, you may choose this route or the other that not goes through the mountains. That is exactly what you define in your strategy for your trip on holidays. Then is the time to implement this strategy, and this is the fourth step. When you book the hotel, when you prepare the car, when you go and measure the pressure of your tires, when you organize the family or the persons who are with you in the trip, this is exactly the fourth phase, when you execute, when you bring to reality the strategy you have defined, you have formulated. That is the fourth phase that we call in the 360 cycle project management. Then it is not the end there, because you have to prepare for that trip, and for that trip maybe you have to gain some capabilities. For instance, how to manage the navigation of the car, how to connect the mobile phone with the car. Maybe you need these capabilities for you, maybe you are the driver or not, and also for all the persons that are going with you in the car. Maybe you have to gain competencies to improve the relationships and the cooperations between the members of the holiday trip. In the same sense, our fifth step is organizational courses, in which we unlock your potential in the capabilities you need to reach your strategy to your destiny. But when you go on holidays, there are not only capabilities that you need for all the members of the trip, but also for specific ones that go with you in the car. For instance, to identify some threats over the trip. But also, imagine in this holiday, one of the persons of the trip is the responsible for the visits you are gonna perform to the different sites, to have all the tickets, to organize what are the cultural monuments you are gonna visit. For this person, you need a specific training, because he needs to know how to develop a route over the cities, how to control all the entrance tickets, how to optimize the routes, etc. And exactly this is the sixth phase that we have in our 360 cycle, a phase with personalized courses to develop the capabilities of specific persons that go with you in your trip, in your organization, to your destiny, to the destiny that goes with your purpose and that fulfills your needs and your strategy. For that reason, we believe that with this 360 cycle that we offer, we can provide the perfect setup and the perfect cycle of 6 phases that you need to go through in order to have a successful trip, in this case, to implement a business model, a strategy, a standard, and an innovation in a successful way. For that reason, if you want to know more about us, subscribe to this channel, and if you want to contact us for these services to get to your destiny, knowing what kind of different routes you can follow to get there, just contact us in the email you can find in the description.